Let's look here. Obama golfer or president? Yeah, well, this is not a surprise. President Obama rolled out of his Kenwood, Chicago home Sunday morning and headed out to play his 100th round of golf since becoming president. Since his election, it's fair to say that Obama has spent more than 3 months of his presidency golfing. Wow. 3 months of golfing, and then let's add in all of his extravagant vacations. Man, talk about calling it in. This guy's something else. I mean, he's an amateur when it comes to all of his decisions. He doesn't want to actually go in and do any work. He basically just wants to phone in everything and do it from the road and don't even worry about it. I don't know. I will say one thing. Not a big fan of Bush, but at least in 2003, he decided to give up golf. And his reasoning was, he was like, hey, since we're at war, I don't want to be out there golfing, while some mom's son is out there giving his life and serving his country while I'm out there golfing. But, that kind of thing, that's just not a thought process that Mr. Obama's going to have. So, it's whatever, but it's just something else to think about when you think about the man that is President Obama. Moving on. Obama's new immigration policy. Wow, yeah. I've been chomping at the bit to get a hold of this. This broke on the weekend, basically, as all the big news. Whenever the White House doesn't want you to know about something, they send it out Friday. Let's see here. The new immigration policy. If you were brought here before you turned 16, but you are not older than 30, you are enrolled in school, have a diploma, GED certificate, or military service with an honorable discharge, you have lived continuously in the United States for 5 years, and you haven't been convicted of a felony, a string of misdemeanors, or otherwise posed some threat, you would not be subject to deportation. Some 800,000 young people may be covered by this new policy. Wow. Okay. We know Obama's in trouble with his campaign, but seriously, this is major. I mean, you basically just admitted that, hey, I got problems. I might not get elected. I need 800,000 illegal immigrants to vote for me. And what's more, not just the 800,000 illegal immigrants, but their friends, family, all their relatives. Guess what? They're going to be so happy. Oh my gosh, look what Obama did for my son. Look what Obama did for my daughter, my nephew, my cousin, my brother, my mother, whatever. But the thing is, they are going to vote, all those extra people. So not just the 800,000. He's basically getting the vote of those 800,000 plus all of the friends and family and everybody else that knows him and cares about him. So, yes, that was a major political victory, but who loses in that situation? Well, obviously the American people. Because number one, the American people should not have to deal with 800,000 young people that are illegal. Why do we have to deal with that to begin with? Look, you and I, we are either underemployed, meaning that we're not making as much money as we should be because the economy's bad, or we're working 2 or 3 jobs because we can't make enough money at one job to support ourselves and our family, or we're out of a job. Now, all 3 of those people, in all 3 of those scenarios, how does adding 800,000 people to the workforce help? Can you tell me that? And a lot of you, go ahead, argue the fact, well, you don't want to pick, you don't want to pick vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. And you don't want to mow yards and you don't want to dig ditches and stuff like that. Well, you know what? As my 3rd job, I might have to. Because right now the economy's so screwed up, we need 2 or 3 jobs. Or you know what? My 1st job is just so underpaying, I need that 2nd job. So you know what? I might pick up, I might do that for a couple hours every week. Seriously, when times are bad, people do what they need to do. And unfortunately, right now, times are bad. So 800,000 jobs is something that we need. American citizens, people who are legal, people who follow the law. We need 800,000 jobs. So This, yes, political move, absolutely. Who does it help? Nobody except for those 800,000 people and Mr. Obama. So my question is, who's screwed in this? The American citizen. Yes, the American citizen is screwed. And who did it? Mr. Obama. And he happily did it. You know, this is the kind of garbage that really ticks me off. Because what's the point of being an American citizen? I mean, if I'm working and paying taxes, I don't get free health care. If I go to the hospital like an illegal, I can't just get medical care and not worry about it and run up a $50,000 bill and run off. I can't learn a foreign language for free by sending my kid to a school. I can't basically ask the government to give me documents and talk to me in whatever particular language that I want. No, but that's what the illegal aliens do. I can't go to Mexico and get any of that. But, you know, I can illegally, breaking the law, come over here and do these things. Now, do I have a problem with immigrants? Absolutely not. If Canadians were doing this, believe me, I'd be just as mad and upset. If Europeans were doing this, I would have a problem too. But you know what? Canadians and Europeans don't do this kind of stuff. Canadians and Europeans and Asians and everybody else. I have tons of friends that have come over here and gotten citizenship. And it takes years, it takes time, it takes money. But you know what? They do it the right way. They go through all the processes. They do what they need to do. But these people, no. They basically get a free pass. Why? Because hey man, you won the lottery. You were born in Mexico. What that basically means is you get everything free from the United States, and Mexico doesn't have to do anything for you. And, you know, you just go out and do your thing, do whatever. And if you happen to break the law, hey, no problem. You can always go back to Mexico. Not a big deal. So you get a free pass for a whole bunch of things. So it just sucks for us that we were born in America and not in Mexico, because if we were born in Mexico, you know, we would have won that little lottery, and we could just we could go to the United States, get everything free. If we make it big and we make a millionaire, you know, if we're a millionaire or whatever, okay, maybe we'll make it legit, and then we'll just keep living in the United States. If we screw up and we get in if we have a drunk driving accident or whatever, we kill somebody, we'll just go back to Mexico. It'll be all good. You know, come on, seriously, that's ridiculous. But all this is just political, and it makes no sense. Number one, it's not Obama's job to do this kind of thing. He can't actually do this. You know, he's basically going, there is no checks and balances here. It's basically a president making this policy. This is something that he can't do. And, you know, one of the biggest frustrations to me is Romney. This idiot sitting here, what I believe it was last night on CBS interview, he wouldn't say that he would repeal the new policy if he was president. Why did he do that? Because of those 800,000 people, and and actually it's a lot more than that, and also all the friends and family of those 800,000 people, because both of them know that's a whole bunch of voters. And let me tell you what, if these two men are fighting over this huge voting block, it is way bigger than you and me realize. But they're both in the government. They know I'm sure they know what the exact number is, you know, down to a few hundred people. I'm sure they know. And that's the thing. They're more worried about this group of people that one won't come out and say what obviously everybody wants them to say, and the other is just basically doing an end run around Congress and the Senate, and just basically saying, "Yep, screw everybody. I'm just doing what I want. I'm a dictator. I can call that shot." You know, even though he told the president of Mexico that he couldn't do this very thing, he said he couldn't do that. But he ended up doing it. He did it anyway. So yeah, Romney is just completely useless, because he's sitting here talking about, I'll address the problem, blah blah blah. No, you know what? You need to take care of the problem, which is a president who is basically making dictates. You need to take care of this, and he didn't even say he would do that. So, you know, why do you and me want to vote for him? Yeah, Obama's a mess. But it sounds like you're just going to go up there and do the exact same thing. So, why do we want you there? And the other question is, why did we put these two idiots up there to be running for president? Why do we have Dumb and Dumber running for president? That's my question. And you know what the answer is? The answer is me and you. We caused this. because we allow these type of people to be in office. We allow these type of people to accumulate money, power, and wealth and get in that position. And it's people like you and I that we've got to start changing these things. We've got to start educating people and making them understand that it's not just a two-party choice. It's not just a whatever the Republican Party or whatever the Democrat Party tells you that these are the two people you got to vote for. We've got to learn and understand that. And until we do, we're going to keep getting idiots like Romney, idiots like Obama. I mean, these people are microcephalics. They are just small, intellectually small people. They basically are there to get power, to get wealth, to do what they want to do, and they are put in there by who knows what, by whatever interests, and the only people that end up getting screwed is me and you. So, you know, that's just something that we have to do something about this, people. Just seriously, get out there, try to make people understand, educate these people, because the only people that are losing in the end is me and you. We're the ones that suffer through our jobs. We're the ones that suffer through our daily lives. We're the ones losing our houses, our cars, our credit, and our future. You know, our children are the ones that are having to pay for this. We've got to start doing something now so that by the time it's our children's turn, all this mess will be mostly straightened out. Sure, the world will always have problems, but at least if we put strong, good leadership in, we can at least find some kind of way out. Right now, these guys have no answers. They're just, you know, they're empty suits. They're just up there, basically, they're a placeholder. They're like in a physics problem. They're a placeholder for an unknown value. That's what they are. They're ciphers. And we've got to do something about this. But, you know, it's got to start with me and you. So, you know, you've heard me before. Get out there and change something.